This is your host, Tyson Bannigan. If you're an entrepreneur and an empath, I can help you get out of your own way, triple your wealth as you deliver your unique gifts to the world. Give me a call, toll free, 1 369 7464. Welcome to the Healing Hour. This is Tyson Bannigan, the Energy Detective, and we're now live on Facebook. Come and join us. There's 3 ways that you can participate in today. You can phone in toll free 1 369 7464. The numbers are in the comments above where you're watching the show today. Also, you can click the Zoom link, which is also wherever you're watching the show today. You'll see that it says zoom.us and it's 493-144-196. And of course, you can also type in your comments here and I'll get to answer them while we're live. So come and join us. And if you are joining us, which is also wherever you're watching the show today, you'll see that it says zoom.us and it's 493-144-196. And of course, you can also type in your comments here and I'll get to answer them while we're live. And this is Tyson Bannigan. This is the Healing Hour, and we are live on Facebook. Come and join us and get your dowsing and energy healing questions answered. Make just sure that we are on live on Facebook here. It says that we are, so we are. So if you're tuning in, come and join me. 3 ways to participate. Phone in toll free 1 369 7464. Also, you can click the Zoom link, which is in the comments wherever you're reading or watching the show. And of course, you can leave your comments in the Dowsing and Energy Healing closed Facebook group, and I'll be able to get them there. So, update on the Uganda project. There's a great need for in the rural villages for mosquito nets. I think they're costing $20 each US. And so we'd like to do some fundraising to bring mosquito nets into the village. About, I can't remember what it is. I think it's as high as 15% of the children in the village that Gerald was visiting were suffering from malaria. And so for $20 US, you can help buy a mosquito net, which will keep another child safe from malaria. We'll also help them get back to school as well. So if you want to know more about this, there's a video posted in the Uganda Rural Empowerment Program Facebook page. Take a look there and you'll be able to get an update on what Gerald's talking about and why it's so important to bring mosquito netting to orphan children in the villages in the rural communities of Uganda. All right, so that is the fundraising project that we have underway. Thank you for all the comments that you've been putting on with the fact that I've been marketing myself as an empath business strategist, and had lots of feedback. I said if you are an empath, an entrepreneur, and like some help to get out of your own way and triple your wealth as you deliver your unique gifts to the world, then get hold of me. We ended up with 83 comments. A lot of them were doing with, well, whether empaths or healers should be paid for their services. And the old guard believes that they should be donated. Interesting discussion. If you're still caught up in that belief system that somehow it's sacred to be poor, or that I shouldn't pay for my healing services or for my dowsing services, then I'd really encourage you to join the group of entrepreneurs that we'll be working with to overcome those belief systems that somehow poverty is somehow sacred. Because guess what? It isn't. So that's what I wanted to bring up about that. And thank you all for commenting and carrying on the dialogue. 83 comments, good and bad, is really quite interesting. And a lot of you that would like to join me, please do so. There's nothing better than to meet other empaths, be able to work as a group, help each other, bring your businesses into a vital network of like-minded people, and get feedback on how to improve your ability to get out of your own way and deliver your awesome messages to the world. So if that's something that interests you, please private message me and get hold of me so I can sign you into the program. It's been interesting with a lot of new energy coming onto the planet, a lot of problems going on with possession, earthbound entities, things that go bump in the night. Lots of people are asking for assistance in that regard. And so it's a very difficult time for lots of people as the earth rises, it raises its energy field through the solar flares that are flooding earth. Then the amount of trapped entities that have been trapped in the geopathic stress of the earth are freed and of course are seeking for the light. So if you're being overwhelmed where you weren't before by having entities or non-beneficial energies in your energy field, then you're not alone. Why not get hold of me and see if we can get cleaned up? So yeah, the one thing that's important about all of this is, as I said on my homepage, do you want to move beyond the illusion of lack, mistrust, and fear? You know, that's one of the things as empaths that we really do need to wrestle with, and that is, you know, how I know that I'm different, I know that I'm unique, but I know that I don't fit in. So should I be fitting in, or how do I fit in because I don't want to fit in? And I know that I'm different and there must be other people out there that are similar to me. And I know that I have certain services I do, and I know you do, that could help other empaths get out of their own way and deliver their gifts to the world. So we're looking for a tribe of empaths that we can work with, and together we can make this a more benevolent world to live in. And what would be better in that regard than to be able to live on purpose, with your purpose, and fully activated and living your passion. So if you're an empath and want a steady stream of clients, then you should be joining our group housing program. If this is something that interests you, please head over, give me a call, toll free 1-866-369-7464. You could talk about it right now, or you could actually private message me, or you can get hold of me through my phone number, through through my iPhone. You can use WhatsApp, and a number for WhatsApp, so it'll be 1 for Canada, 250-803-2480. Or of course you can phone in toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. So I see that we have, I think, somebody joining me here today. So I think it's Tony. So thank you, Tony, for showing up. Usually you don't want to speak, so I'll just allow you to talk if you would like, and whenever you would like to. Otherwise, I'll just quiet you. So hi, Tony. Welcome to the show. You want to say hi? No, he's going to be quiet again. All right, so join us. This is Tyhson Bannigan. This is the Healing Hour. And this is your opportunity to ask me any questions about dowsing and energy healing over the next hour. I'm just figuring out how to help Tony here. There he is. So yeah, so you can join us on Zoom like Tony has, and you can type in your questions on Zoom, or you can pipe up, put your hand up, and you can also then, I'll answer your questions that way. Okay, so we're just gonna head over to the Dowsing Energy Healing Closed Facebook group and see if there's anybody there that's asking any questions. Scroll down here, wherever the show is live. But I'm looking for where we are on Facebook, so that if you've typed any questions in there, then I can answer them for you. Let's see here. I'll just refresh the page. Maybe that's the best way to figure out where everybody went. All right. So there we are. I just came up again. All right, Brett, how are you doing? Hi, Tyson. Could you please check my energy field percentage? I've been working hard at clearing and maintaining my field. Yeah, I'd be pleased to do that. And please let me know, Brett, how you're doing. Many new techniques have come in lately on how to deal with situations like yours. So if you want to book another appointment or do a check-in with me, that would be great. So let me see, on a scale of 0 to 100, Brett's energy field is about 75%. So, oh, well, I think I kicked you off so by mistake. So you can jump back on there, use the same link. And well, I've got you. Do you have any requests for today or?
No, I need some general clearing if you don't mind.
Okay, I'll do a general clearing for everybody on the call. Okay, great. Thanks for showing up, Tony. All right, bye-bye. See you on Zoom.
Bye-bye.
All right, we just kicked Tony off of Zoom by mistake. We have another Tony Ellerton here. So he's joining us. Welcome to you too, Tony Ellerton. You're now done on Zoom. Why don't you type in any requests that you have? Or you can also have a request as well to or ask any questions through the comment section. All right, so I'm going to do a general clearing. So here I am with spinning my pendulum counterclockwise. I, Tyson, bounding into my holy name behalf on everybody on this call now or listening to the call now and in the future. I undertake this clearing of all non-beneficial energies from any and all sources, both known or unknown, and I clear everybody through the matriarchal, patriarchal lineages, through their soul family, star family, and family of origin. I clear all curses, all non-beneficial energies, all geopathic stress from any and all sources that may be adversely affecting your residence, your place of work. And I take this clearing with the assistance of Divine Mother, Creator God of all that is. And I undertake this clearing through the multidimensional levels of reality, through all timelines, past, present, and future. And I declare it so in my holy name, so be it, it is done. Thank you. So if you're just tuning into this for the first time, spinning the pendulum counterclockwise creates a vortex that pulls energy out, right? And allows for new energy to come in. It's sort of like a cup that's full of energy. When you remove what no longer serves you, then there's room to bring in new energy through the crown chakra. So you always clear and then you install. So the installation would be clockwise, and that is, I'm a sovereign human being. I'm standing in my truth. I'm never adversely affected by any energies that are touching my energy field from any and all sources. I know who I am and why I'm here. I got good, clear guidance. I'm at the right place at the right time to have my next experience. I declare it so in my holy name, so be it is done. So that would be an example of a positive invocation that you make after clearing. This all happens and is available. I mean, you can use it at any time, but if you're just starting out, it's really good to do the deep clearing for 21 days, which builds your energy field like a containment around you that helps repel any intrusions into your energy field. So, you know, if an entity is at this frequency and you're at this frequency, your lawyer, that entity has access to your energy field. If you raise your energy field by doing a deep clearing and you're here, any entity that was at this level can no longer approach you. So the dominant energy, good, bad, or ugly, always is the winning one. And what I mean by winning one is just the one that is broadcasting at the highest level. So we want you to be at the highest level possible on the scale leading towards enlightenment that you possibly can. And there's multiple ways that you can do that. One of the easiest and ones for empath is to do the deep clearing in 21 days, or about 95% of the population. That's all you need to do. Then you move on to the short clearing, which is what I just did, and you use that to clear specific, you know, things that are coming up in your life that you want to deal with, like an overwhelming emotion, or you're having trouble with something, then you want to clear it. Then you use the short clearing. After you've done that for a while, then you can then move on to, you know, just putting your hand on your heart when you feel in duress or you feel that something is going on, you want to change your energy field, you just say clear, okay? So that's the short form. But it takes your conscious mind to send a message to your subconscious over a period of time, 21, although some new evidence is that it's anywhere from 30 to 60 days to create a new habit. And when you run the program continuously over that period of time, you're sending a message from the conscious to the subconscious to run this program 24/7. And why would you want to do that? Well, because the subconscious is very, very powerful. In fact, it's so powerful that it is processing far more energy and far more information than your conscious mind is on a daily basis. So the more we can entrain our subconscious mind to run this program on our behalf, it will do so because it will be on automatic pilot. So I'm just right now looking in my little book around the subconscious. I have a little graph here, and I just wanted to share it with you because it's really quite staggering what I'm talking about. So interesting facts about the subconscious mind. It records absolutely everything. It's always alert and always awake. So when you're asleep, the subconscious is still 100% active and controls 95% of our lives. So if you're running the program of, say, KLAC, and you want to use an intention statement that you want to be prosperous, then your subconscious is going to say, well, wait a minute. I know from what I picked up when I was a child that that money was short in our family, and there was always, my family was always arguing about money, et cetera, et cetera. I'm running that program. So when you have this intention that you want wealth and abundance, your subconscious says, no, I don't recognize that program. So what I'm saying is that dominant program has really created an energy field around your DNA. And it also could be inherited through your lineage as well. So the fact is, if the subconscious is running on endless loops of false beliefs, then it may have derived between the age of 0 and 7. So for most diseases and disorders and trauma, it happens at that stage between 0 and 7. The reason is that at that young age, you don't have the ability to discern rationally about what's going on. You just pick up messages and you interpret them with the inability to understand what's going on. And so you may be running a program that is incorrect from that period. Like I was just saying, you hear your mother and father arguing about money, you realize that money brings conflict in the family, and therefore you don't want anything to do with money, because as soon as you touch money, it's going to mean conflict. Okay, so that would be the dominant program. So you come along with intention. I hereby say I want to be wealthy, or I declare I'm financially free, or I am enough, or I am truly wealthy. Your subconscious is still running that old program. It has more dominant frequency in that old program. So anyway, back to the deep clearing. That's why we want to run the new program for an extended period of time, and so it becomes a dominant frequency that the subconscious picks up and runs. Because if it controls 95% of your life and it's on 24/7, then put it to work. So it's built on habituation, and that's what a habit is, habituation. That's why the deep clearing, or any intention you want for the subconscious to pick up, you have to do over an extended period of time, anywhere from 21 to 60 days. And it speaks to you in dreams. Yeah, any unresolved conflict, trauma, core fractures that you're experiencing are most likely going to come up in your dreams. Now, they may be twisted and distorted a bit about how that comes through into the conscious mind when you awake, but fundamentally it's your unconscious trying to resolve and work through some unresolved emotion, trauma, or core fracture. So the subconscious has no verbal language, right? It doesn't speak the language of the conscious mind. Okay, it is in thoughts, it's in impressions, it is in feelings. That's how you approach the conscious mind. It takes everything literally, so it doesn't. So if you talk about something in the negative, it's going to run the negative for you. So this is why it's so important to do gratitude, because the attitude of gratitude, the more that you do that, the more that your subconscious picks up that attitude of gratitude and runs that. Oh, you want more gratitude? Okay, I'll deliver gratitude, right? Because you're creating a world with every thought, word, and deed. Then when you put out gratitude, you get gratitude back. If you're doing KLAC, oh, I suffer, I fall upon the thorns of life, I bleed, you're putting that out. Oh, he wants more suffering. He wants to experience that more. Okay, so one of the big habituations to try and get people out of, particularly when they're dealing with diseases and disorder, is stop talking about your disease and disorder, right? As if it's you. It's not you. It's you having a reaction to what's going on in your body's sending you a message. And if you keep beating yourself up or saying, I am sick, or, you know, I can't heal myself or whatever, guess what? You can heal yourself, and you are going to be sick, and you're going to continue to be sick. So being positive, of moving out of the negative feelings, vibrations, and frequencies into the positive one is really what we're doing in the book club, Letting Go. And so we're still available to join it. Yes, we're partway through the book, but it's all on a closed Facebook group. You can listen to the past recordings that we have 1 hour discussion in each chapter. And if you read the book, it really tells you how to work with your emotions when they show up, because most of us bury them, or as an empath, we really disassociate. We're not in our body, because when we were empathic, when we were children, it was just too much of an overload of what was going on in a dysfunctional family. So we were not here. We were fragmented. We were detached. You know, the expression, I felt beside myself. Yeah, you were beside yourself because you weren't in your body. So the most important thing for an empath to take back their personal power and stand in the truth is to learn how to get back into your body. Now, you're not going to get into your body unless it feels comfortable, right? And your body isn't going to feel comfortable to inhabit if it's full of entities or core fractures or toxic emotions that you haven't dealt with, right? That was the original problem that made you want to evacuate or to leave or disassociate. So by moving through the program for empaths, right, to know what your divine gifts are when the divine energy flows through you, to know what the blocks are to that energy, how you blocked it, what happens when you block it, what's going to show up in your life, how to get those blocks out of your way so the divinity of who you be runs clear through your chakras. And you know when that trauma comes up or that emotion, you have a choice. You know, while I can either choose the old program, which is doubt, shame, fear, guilt, or whatever, that pulls my energy down and allows more other energies to come in, like entities or non-beneficial energies from wherever. Or I can choose to tune into my true nature, which is one with source or God consciousness, which always has been so and always will be. But this trauma, all that's going on in my life, is blocking. It's like clouding the sun of my true nature. So if I can move that out of the way, then my divinity and I are one. I'm grounded to earth and aligned with heaven, right? That's the way we want you to be as an empath. Then you're in your truth. Then you're totally residing in your body. And at that point, you are a sovereign human being, and you're essentially untouchable. It means that it doesn't matter what's coming at you energetically. You understand it, you can read it, you can deal with it, but you're not overwhelmed with the emotion. It's the overwhelm that really gets them empaths into problems, right? So going back to the subconscious mind, it not only does it take everything literally, right? It also can do a trillion things at once. So if it can do a trillion things at once and you're an empath entrepreneur, then don't you want to bring that part of your subconscious on board? Don't you want to learn how to run with your subconscious, how to use it as your toolbox? Do you really want to make conscious decisions from your rational, limited mind? You know, when there is trillions of things that your subconscious can do it at the same time. So that's where our limiting beliefs are, that we can only do this or we can only do that. When you're in your true nature and you're aligned with source, that anything and everything is possible. because you're aligned with your divinity. You're aligned with your true nature. You're aligned with your destiny. You're aligned with your soul path. You're aligned with what you're here to deliver in this incarnation. And not only that, the clients spontaneously find you because you're emanating that energy into the world. And people want to work with you because they understand that if you as an empath have come to terms with how to manage your energy field, they want to learn how to do that themselves, right? So they're going to come spontaneously to you, just like magnetics, right? So this is really advanced spiritual marketing, is be the energy of being able to attract those to you who would most benefit from working with you. All right. So the other thing about the subconscious mind is it's not logical. It's a feeling mind. It comes from our emotions. So we're back to the whole process of letting go. If you can let go of your reacting to your feelings, I'm not saying don't have feelings. Of course you want to feel, but you want to know that each feeling, good, bad, or ugly, stop judging it. A feeling is a feeling. It's something that shows up, and there's something that you can learn from it. And then you can let it go. You're not trying to ignore it. You're not trying to push it away. You're not trying to do anything with it, but sit with emotion and process what you can and then let it go. Okay. By doing that, you're not pushed off of being one with source. You're still in the divine flow. If you follow the emotion, and the emotion then kicks into the subconscious loop of the trauma that you may have had because that song was when you got divorced or whatever that story is, you're into that loop again. So again, we're back to that conscious choice. When this emotion shows up, do I want to come from it with my true nature, which is connected to source, or do I want to go into my human mind consciousness, which comes from trauma? And I'm trying to figure it out, right? I'm trying to rationally decide what I need to do. Forget that. Dowsing is the training wheels for guidance on demand. That's why you dowse, because it bypasses the rational mind that thinks it knows the answer, which is coming from the ego, when it really doesn't know squat all. It does know how to answer the question. I mean, ask the question, but the answer comes from your twin intuition. And you want your intuition to be connected to your subconscious, which is the universal mind, right? It's connected to everything, right? Okay, it is 1 trillion times more powerful than your rational mind. So why would you want to make your life decisions and your business decisions based on your rational mind? I mean, it's under to everything you're taught. I mean, I have a master's degree from university. That's just more information in the rational mind that I have to let go of, right? Because my rational mind thinks it knows what needs to happen. It doesn't know squat what needs to happen because it's coming from programs that I have been conditioned to believe that I have to work hard in order to succeed. I need to go to university in order to be smart. I have to do this and I need to get a high paying job. I need to fit in, blah, 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 right? I need to get married and buy toys and whatever, and then I die. I mean, whatever the status quo message is that's being perpetuated, that is the rational mind trying to fit into the rational world, which means an early death. So when you're coming from your true nature, you're connected to source, you're in the right place at the right time, and you're part of the divine flow. And it's much easier to be able to then be exactly where you need to be, to have what it is that you need to learn. And also you're able to then deliver your passion to the world in ways that people can respond to it and can learn and grow. And collectively, when we do this, we come from our sovereign true nature. We move past the conditioning. We move out of the matrix. We become free and sovereign, and we can help other people do the same. This is how we create a new earth, right? We start inside of ourselves. Okay. So it's 1 trillion times. The subconscious mind is 1 trillion times more powerful than the conscious mind. All right, we have 3 people joining us through Zoom, and let's just see. And so if you're on Zoom, Janet and Tony. And you'd like to ask any questions, please type into chat. We'll just go over to chat. And here's what Janet says. Is it best to do 2 times a day? If you, it's like this, you know, how many times do you take a shower? Okay. So say you take a shower in the morning and then you go to the gym or you work really hard in the garden. It's your choice. Do you want to take another shower to clean yourself up or not? It's just, it's basically the same from an energetic point of view in clearing your energy field. If you feel okay and doing it once, then that's good enough. But if you feel stressed or you feel something's impinging on your energy field, or you feel that overwhelmed because there's too much information you're needing to deal with in that, or you're getting stressed because of what your children are telling you, or in other words, if you're off center in whatever way, then why not do another clearing, right? To get you back into the calmness and into the zone, into your true nature. That's really what we're doing the deep clearing for, is to learn what it is, to be free of any intrusions from any and all sources, so we know who the hell we are. Okay? If we don't know who we are, how can we deliver our uniqueness to the world? If we're trying to fit in, or we're going from hither to yon with every emotion, every feeling for every Tom, Dick, and Harry, or trying to fit in or please our mother or mother-in-laws or our wife or our family or whatever, you know, it's just like boom, boom, yin, yang, yin, yang, yin, yang. The Tao is, you know, in the center. It's that null point between the yin and the yang. It doesn't mean you don't experience the yin and the yang. It just means you're not doing this with your emotions. You're here. This one takes you here. You say, oh, that's interesting. That's showing up because I need to learn this. Oh, got me back to center. Oh, here we are over here. Oh, that's what I need to learn. Oh, now I'm back to here. So it's not denying the emotions. It's just not getting caught up with them, right? Not letting the emotions run away with you. So thank you, Janet. That was a great question. I had a person rob me of 50K. Do I put them in a court of atonement or just put in consciousness? Yeah, I would put them in a court of atonement. I mean, on many, many levels. And put yourself in the court of atonement too. I mean, fundamentally, what is it that you needed to learn about money and that allowed 50K to be stolen from you, robbed from you? Hey, I've had the same experience. Okay, I've paid, I think about $35,000 to $40,000 for coaching, right? For a high-end coach. On one level, why am I paying that amount of money to a coach? Because fundamentally, I feel I can't do this on my own, that I need to be coached. Okay, so that's the dynamic tension that allowed me to make that decision. Now, I'm not against coaches, by the way. I do have a coach, and I think she's magnificent. In fact, I have more than one coach. I have a coach in the gym. I have a coach in my business. I'm part of 2 masterminds that have to do with business and personal growth. I help coordinate the Letting Go Club, and we're now going to be working with a group of empaths in a group coaching program as well. And we're hoping, as if you are an empath, that you will join us, because together we can get much further. Working with a coach and like-minded individuals always accelerates your growth and your success. But to think that they are going to, by working with somebody and their system alone is going to get you there, is wrong. It's wrong-headed. So I'm just using that as an example to get back over to Janet. What you're saying is, you know, I'm saying to the 50K that got stolen, what was it about the 50K that was going on that you can learn from, so that 50K is never available for anybody to steal in any situation whatsoever? So for example, I don't put a lot of money into a timeshare. Why? Because I felt that a timeshare would give me more joy in my vacation time. Wrong. I knew at a subconscious level that when I go on vacation, I'm going on a sacred journey. I'm not going to a luxury resort. I get bored by sitting around the pool, right? I don't like spending lots of time on the beach, right? I need to go be exploring other cultures, other, like the Mayan ruins. I want to learn with shaman. I want to have a sacred journey. So why in heck would I invest all this money in a timeshare? Yet I went and did it. Why? Because somehow I believed that it would give me something that I couldn't get otherwise. It's crazy making. But we do this all the time. So the thing is, how do we let go of that? And what I mean by that is not beating ourselves up, but if we can learn the lesson from that, it doesn't have to show up in our lives again and us to repeat that trauma, right? Who wants to lose more and more money, okay? But yes, do put it into a court of atonement and put yourself in the court of atonement and then watch the miracles happen. And if it's not the 50K coming back from him, it may be the 50K coming from a totally unexpected way, right? So always forgive yourself and forgive the person, because how would you like to be the person that took the 50K and then have to work that out in this lifetime or in the next lifetime, or deal with that in your soul journey? I don't want that, right? I have enough to work on without having to worry about stealing a 50K from somebody and then having to process that. So that's where I would have empathy for that person who did it. And, I could go on and on with other incidents, like a $35,000 I invested in, who supposedly was a friend, into a business, only to discover that he was ripping everybody off, right? I knew intuitively I shouldn't have done it, but my best friend said, oh, no, he's a great guy. You should invest in his business. Intuitively, I knew no. Did I follow my intuition? No. So what was the lesson there? Follow your intuition. If your intuition says, no, this is not a good investment, this is not a good situation, for God's sakes, follow it. That's what you have intuition for, right? And don't let anybody talk you out of it. As an empath, we tend to think that somebody else has the answer for us. Bullshit. You're the one who has the answer for yourself, okay? All right. Great clarification, says Janet. Thank you. I also had my phone taken and locked in a room for a week. Where is info about empaths? Well, this is info about empaths, right? If you go to my homepage, there's lots of information on empaths there. And if you want to be part of the program, please let me know. I want to make dollars again and feel blocked. My sister also cut me out of sharing a 2 million trust fund. Well, I'm shocked. Okay. Put the 2 million trust fund into the court of atonement, believe me, and clear yourself around this, right? Again, we have, the situation of 50K and 2 million. I mean, how many more million do you want to lose? 10 million, 20 million, 30 million? You get what I'm at? When you are clear about yourself and you are in your body as an empath, then people can't F you. They can't. It just is not possible, because your vibrational frequency doesn't allow that to happen. So the way to rebuild your frequency is by doing the deep clearing, putting yourself into the court of atonement with any trauma like this, right? And resolving it. Probably also, you need to put your sister in there as well, and your whole family lineage, because this is not something that's coming from your sister. This is coming through your whole matriarchal, probably patriarchal lineage. Let's just check that. Is this something coming through your matriarchal lineage? Absolutely. How many generations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Do we need to keep going? Multiple generations. If that's 30 years per generation times, I don't know where I was, 20 or whatever, that's, 20 times 30, that's 600 years we're already back, right? Where this has been going on. Most likely you put up your hand in, on the soul level with your soul family and said, hey, I'll incarnate and take care of this. So if that were the case, and let's ask, is that the case? Did you put up your hand? And yeah, you did. You said, I'm going to go straighten this crap out. Okay, so now here you are. let's straighten the crap out. So where are you with that? You know, if you're 100% clear in that, you haven't even started. You're only 25% done in dealing with that trauma that is in your matriarchal lineage, and it's going to run through your children and their children's 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 children, unless you clear it up. If you clear it up, you're going to clear all your ancestors and all your descendants. So no, why not get at it? But thank you, Janet, for being courageous to bring that up. And yes, I believe if that's 2,550,000 altogether, and if your sister hates you, so who cares? That's her problem. If you love her unconditionally because of the karma that she's reaped because of what she's doing, right? There, except for the grace of God, go I. And you put her in the court of atonement, you forgive yourself, your family, your lineage, and yourself for not being in your own divinity, your own personal power, so this didn't happen. If you can do that and let go of it, right? Of the shame and the guilt and the judgment, then the whole world will turn around and the money will start to flow. Guaranteed, guaranteed. And your sister gonna phone you out of the blue. It'll be like a miracle, guaranteed, right? Try it, why not? You got nothing to lose. And if you need some help, either go to Amy Jo for the wording, or you can come to me for the wording to how to put it into the Court of Atonement. All right, did that help? Any more comments? Tony, do you have anything you'd like to add to this, or any questions that you like? Annette, welcome to the group. You can also type in and ask me anything you'd like as well. Just gonna head over to see if I can find it, whether anybody has any questions in the Dowsing in Energy closed Facebook group. This is Tyson Bannigan, Energy Detective, and this is the Healing Hour. This is your opportunity to ask me questions on dowsing and energy healing, how to take back your personal power and stand in your truth no matter what, and how to work with me as an empath to get out of your own way, to learn what your divine gifts are, to know what your true nature is, and to know what it is to be out of sync with yourself and how to get back in to the divine flow, and then how to deliver your unique gifts to the world. And that's the business of empaths, eh? You're here to bring about change and transformation on the planet. So why not let me help you learn what that is, so together we can make this a much more benevolent planet to live on. And because that's what gets me up in the morning. I don't know about you, but being able to live in a more benevolent planet is what I want. So let me just go over the group here and see if there's anybody else asking any questions. Don't forget, you can also phone in toll free 1-866-369-7464. You can also come on the WhatsApp and use 1 for Canada 250-835, sorry, 250-803-2480. And you can get hold of me that way. Or you can be on the Dowsing and Energy Healing Closed Facebook group and type in there. So yeah, Tony says here, is Court of Atonement about physical healing or soul healing? It's about everything. It's about everything. It's really realizing that there's 3 levels. Or let's put it this way, in the Tao, there's 3 levels, right? There's the underworld, there's the world we live in, and there's the upper world, or call it heaven. Okay, in the underworld is energy that's on a lower frequency than the 3rd dimension. Entities, earthbound spirits, different types of energies, which can be very creative. They're just at a lower frequency. It's not that they're good, bad necessarily, but there are sometimes trapped emotions there, right? So, and then there's the human level where we are in the animal kingdom, and then there's the heavenly kingdom. So the elemental kingdom sometimes can be much on a lower frequency than us and work very effectively on those lower frequencies. So I truly believe to be an earth steward is to work with those 3 kingdoms, is to learn how to work with the elemental kingdom, earth, fire, air, and water, and ask for assistance there, and also how to work with the angelic kingdom, which is really the court of atonement, how to ask for assistance from your spirit guides, spirit doctors, those people upstairs that, however you want to talk about, the gang upstairs or whatever, the dowsers that you work with, your relatives that you passed on, your light team, or the angelic kingdom, or, you know, in some cases, for example, I'm working with the seraphim, which is, you know, close to the throne of God. So you can work on all these multiple levels. And the way that you do that is you ask for assistance, because then if you don't ask, you don't receive. And that, you know, it's really clearly stated in the Bible. If you don't ask, you don't receive. You don't cast the bread upon the water, you know, cast the bread upon the water, it's supposed to return tenfold. So that's the basis of it. You don't ask, you don't receive. So again, if you don't put a command to your subconscious, you don't receive either, right? So our conscious mind is to ask in order to receive, right? So that's the power of asking. It's the power of prayer. It's the power of dowsing. It's the power of invocation. It's the power of manifestation. All comes from the invocation of I am I, and stating, I, Tyhson Bannigan, in my holy name, declare blah, 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 right? It must be so. When I declare I am I, then I am aligning myself with all that is. Call it the court of, you know, call it the court of atonement, call it the greater God, call it whatever it is. I'm one with everything when I say I am I, right? There is no separation. And when I command from that, it must be so. Hopefully that helps you. So yes, the court of atonement is about physical and spiritual healing and manifestation and all things that are creative that really you can't really figure out on the earth plane right now. It's beyond your kin. Like, how is she going to work with bringing about a relationship change with her sister about what she was supposed to inherit, unless she takes it to the court of atonement? Because there's nothing she can say to her sister right now that would change her sister. It has to be done on another level. Alita Kolaka. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her name. Hello, is this technique applying to clearing chakra cords too? Yeah, absolutely. The deep clearing, clear chakra cords, absolutely. You can use it to clear anything and everything that you want. With chakras, you know, just even using, if you lie down and just take your pendulum over each one of your chakras, the pendulum will actually do its own work. It will then it'll clear the chakra and bring in divine energy. And if you do it another person, just watch, just lie them down, take the pendulum on each one of the chakras and just let the pendulum do what it wants. It will, first of all, most likely clear. And then when it's finished clearing, it will turn around and install the divine energy. It's really quite amazing to watch. And it doesn't take any consciousness at all. It's just demonstrating to you the divine energy coming from your intention to clear your chakras. Koniki is here. Could not access Zoom. Zoom link is in the comments above. Just click that link and it will bring you back into Zoom. I'll just copy it here for you, Tony, right here. Zoom link is in the comments. I got Annette here. Hello, Annette. Click that link and it will bring you back. Hello. Welcome to the Healing Hour.
Hi, I just wanted to ask a question. I'm echoing.
Well, turn off that funny guy that you're listening to. Then there won't be an echo.
Okay. I wanted to find out that lifetime after lifetime, I had a karmic attachment to this individual. So I was clearing impressions of old belief systems and past lives. But at the end of this one past life in 1890, where I stole money from this person, there was the Grim Reaper and the debt collector. So I tried to clear those two things, but the debt collector, doesn't he try to put a restriction on monies or any other category that you owe karmic debt to? you need to balance it. And am I balanced? I saw I was 95%, but it's the first time I've ever encountered that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. And that you're really down the rabbit hole in many, many ways here on such a journey of discovery. And who am I to interfere with that amazing journey that you're on? What I'm about to say, I don't mean it sarcastically, but for me, this is true. When you wake up in the morning, you get to decide what you want to believe in. And whatever you want to believe in is true for you. So if you believe that that is the case, that you have to square it with the karmic, the lords of karma, then you have to square it with the lords of karma. If you feel that you have to do X, Y, and Z, then you have to do X, Y, and Z. If you feel that you've taken back your power and you're done with this once and for all, and really can surrender to that belief and pull down the divinity of who you are, in that moment, you're free. So, I mean, it's all up to you. I mean, it's your play, it's your stage, it's your experience, it's your chessboard, it's your life. And by the way, you have a powerful name that I never really focused on it before. You could call in Thor, the hammer of Thor, which according to Divine Mother Energies is the hammer of Thor is really amazing to break through any incrustation of any belief system that no longer serves you. So it would go something like this. I call in Divine Mother who comes to the wholeness, totality, and truth to please call on Thor to bring forth his hammer to clear all that no longer serves me and to bring it into the light. I declare it so, so be it is done. And Divine Mother, please run this energy of the divine hammer of Thor until I'm free and clear. All right, so that was a lot, but back to your original question. It has to be again. You were asking me a question of 0 to 100. What was that question again?
The question was, am I clear after I cleared from those two beings and my karmic debt and monetarily wise? Have I paid the debt? Am I balanced enough?
What do you think?
Well, I got 95%, but sometimes I'm wrong.
Did you check it with a body sway?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Again, you know, it's when you're done, you're done. And when you believe you're done, you're done. So again, I know that this sounds strange, but it's the truth. Yeah, if you want to be done in my world, you're done. It's 100%. So, but every time you think that you're maybe not done and you're questioning whether you're not done, you're not done. Sort of like a catch-22, isn't it?
Well, I did, when I'm untouchable, as you once said, then I know I'm done because I'm not doing anything to the person, or I'm not tit for tat, so to speak. I'm just minding my own business usually. I just want to repel all energies that are not of divine.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You can also run the divine energy of the Lord's karma, you know, divine energy from Mother called the Lords of Karma. You just ask the Lords of Karma to present themselves and to clear everything up. Again, you know, we don't think that you can do that. I mean, we're not here to suffer. We're here to learn. I mean, suffering is only valuable to learn from. Once you learn it, then the suffering has no more value. And interesting enough, on the soul level, there's no such thing as suffering. It's all just experience. It's only on the third dimension, on this dimension, that experience as the experience of suffering. As soon as we're on the other side, we say, "Oh, wow, I learned a lot from that," or "I didn't learn that," or whatever. It's really the results on the other side that are important to us. The suffering isn't even valid, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did that help at all? I mean, I give you a little lecture.
A lot. It helped a lot. I just wanted to make sure that in my mind, I was done a long time ago, but it seems as though the persistence and the aggressiveness of the being is.
Look, we're all one.
Yeah.
We're all one. on the soul level and in our true nature, there is no other. I am I, I am that, this is that, you are that, all this is that, okay? That's Brahman conscious. There is no separation. Separation is illusion. So what part of yourself is showing up in this other person that you call another person that you haven't learned yet? What soul fragment, karmic debt, unresolved karma, core fracture, toxic emotion, whatever haven't you allowed yourself to come to terms with? So this part of yourself, which is reflected in this being, no longer needs to show up, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Can you, I know it's a bit of a mind twist, but can you put your head around the thought that there is no other, that this is really you? And then you can start, it'll be easier for you to have compassion about it, right? Because if it's this other son of a bitch who's doing this to you, right? And that son of a bitch, if blah, 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 you're outside of your body, you're disassociated from your true nature, you're in the illusion because there's only one. Okay?
That's true. I believe that too. I do believe that.
You're in a fighting ring and creating the fight that you're in the ring, and you're putting the characters in the ring that you're fighting. I know this is really hard to grasp because we do it all the time, because it's really part of duality. We live in the world of duality. So understand that we're all one and there is no other, and that even the things that are really pissing us off are part of ourselves that we haven't come to terms with. Is really not an easy one for most of us to grasp, including myself. I just get pissed. It takes me a long time to figure out that I'm really pissed at myself, not that other person. That other person just pushed my buttons and did a damn good job of it.
Does that come with age? Because I feel like I'm getting a lot older.
Well, I'm 73 and I'm still working on it. As being a coach for Empath, and wanting to work with entrepreneurial empaths, I really want to help empaths get past this shit, right? That I'm dealing with at 73. If I can get them to understand what I know at 73, when they're 20, 30, or 40, then they've got all those years ahead of them to help change this world and make it a better place to live, and to help other empaths free themselves from the bondage of all this trauma about trying to fit in and figure out who they are, and deal with all this unresolved emotion and the overwhelm, because we feel that we're responsible for everything that shows up in our life and every emotion. That it's not only our family that we're responsible, but we're for societal and for the planetary pain that everything is suffering, and intergalactic, and and the solar energy coming through, and we get knocked off our feet. I mean, it just gets too much. But in actual fact, we're not here to freaking fit in, never have been, and we can stand in our power and not be knocked off center. Then we can help other empaths free themselves, and then this matrix has no more control over us. We're free, sovereign individuals, and we can teach other people how to do the same. Really, that's what gets me up in the morning, keeps me going. And you're one of those people, right?
Yes, I agree with you.
What is
Thank
it?
you.
Atlas Unchained, right?
Yeah.
All right, go kick some butt.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye for now. That was Annette. All right. I'm back over here, and just going to see what's going on here. All right. So Annette says, I put my questions through Facebook. Hopefully we dealt with this. Jeanette, Spittler Perfect Tyhson I was told by 2 empaths, my sister and I have 7 lifetimes together, and she killed me many times. I will write something and ask to assist my wording. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, that's really what I want to do in the Dowsing and Energy Healing Closed Facebook group. I haven't really got the daily graphics back up, but the whole idea of the daily graphics was, who needs some help on this situation, whether it has to do with family origin, family, whatever. And then I want you to write the deep clearing, or the short clearing text, or the description of what you put in the Court of Atonement. Then I can review it, and then it's available for everybody who has a similar problem, and other people could help you. So I want to take what Amy Jo is doing in the Court of Atonement, where people are actually asking for wording, assistance with the wording. That's what I want to get to in the dowsing and energy healing, to empower everybody to use the short clearing, a cord of atonement, and any other tools we have in the toolbox to help each other go clear. Okay, great. All right, so we're past the hour. I'm just going to head over and see if I missed anything. No, I can't even get back over to the page. So we're going to call this a wrap. Thanks for showing up. Great questions, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for helping me be able to help you take back your personal power, stand in your truth no matter what, and deliver your awesomeness to the world. So until next week, same time, same place, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Bye for now. The Healing Hour, brought to you every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. During the show, you can phone in toll-free in North America, 1-866-369-7464 or 1-866-1000. The Healing Hour is live on Facebook, hosted by the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy and sponsored by the Facebook page, The Healing Arts Academy. Produced by The Wellness Show, and until next Tuesday, same time, same place, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.